What happens on the pitch for me, you have Vinny Jr., who, when you watch the action itself, his reaction cannot be faked. You can see it. His reaction is an emotional reaction. I don't see any benefit for him to go to the referee and put all this misery on his shoulders. And when he does it, I think in his mind, he's doing it more because it's the right thing to do in that moment. Kylian Mbappe is really clear about what he heard and what he saw, and is even more clear after the game when he speaks about it. So all of this happens, but then of course you have a player who's hiding what he's saying in his shirt. You have a player who's complaining, you have a player who says he didn't do it, and I think unless the player himself comes forward, it's difficult. It's a difficult case. You see in the stadium, there are people doing monkey signs. It's happening in the stadium as well. And then for me, even worse, I'm clear in what I say, is what happens after the game. So after the game, you have the leader of an organization, José Mourinho, who attacks the character of Vinicius Jr. by bringing in the type of celebration to discredit what Vinicius is doing in this moment. And for me, in terms of leadership, it's a huge mistake. And it's something that we should not accept. On top of it, he mentions the name of Eusebio. To say that Benfica cannot be racist because the best player in the history of Benfica is Eusebio. You know what black players had to go through in the 1960s? Was he there to travel with Eusebio every away game? When he went to every place in Europe? My dad is a black person from the 1960s also who made his way. Probably at the time, the only option they had is to be quiet. There's a lot of players who play in different leagues still in Europe who don't have a voice. There's players today in Hungary, in Bulgaria, in Serbia. If something happens to them and they are black players, they have zero chance to have any kind of support. Vinny Jr. at least is in a situation where a lot of people have made it possible for him to take this moment and to protest in this moment. Me personally, I don't see my place in a lot of the things that are happening in today's world. I really don't. I don't want to be a part of one group. I don't want to be a part of the other group. If it is true that the player from Benfica said something as bad as what he said, I would love a situation where there's still a room where somebody can apologize and say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And this has an impact on the sentence as well. The one thing you can't do is punish someone unfairly. And the one thing you can't do is dismiss a person and attack the character of a person who's complaining about something he experienced and something that must be very painful to that person. When José Mourinho is doing the knee slide at Old Trafford because he attacked the celebration of Vinny Jr., when he goes to the fans in the semi-final Inter Milan against Barcelona and he goes in front of the Barcelona fans and does his celebration, when he plays against Sevilla with AS Roma, and in that moment he's fighting with the referees and the referees have to go under protection, leave the country under protection after that game. In that moment, if someone was racist to Mourinho, I would have hoped that all of us would say, stop, it doesn't matter his celebration. Let's listen to what he has to say. It's happened to Eto'o, to Samuel Eto'o, it's happened to Mario Balotelli so many times. Okay, so it was their celebration as well? Okay, maybe there were some characters with personality. What if it happens to Patrick Vieira? What if it happened to me? Not so long ago, I go to Club Brugge, and I played for the national team. I was the captain for the national team. Me, my staff, we get called brown monkeys, and so on. And after I complain, I see how all of these politics happen again to kill the story. So no consequences, no nothing, and I have a voice. What do you think for the people without a voice? I've never heard a person say anything bad about Jose. All the players who played with him, they love him. So I understand the person he is. I understand he's fighting for his team, he's fighting for his club, and he's made that decision. I don't need to judge him as a person, but I know what I've heard, and I understand maybe what he's done, but he's made a mistake. Look at the things that we can do together rather than the things that always constantly separate us.